Beneath the sunlit ripples of the world's oceans, where waves glitter like shards of broken sky, lies a realm so vast, so ancient, and so profoundly alien that to enter it, even in imagination, is to step outside the boundaries of ordinary human knowledge. We tend to think of the ocean as a blue surface, a watery landscape meant for ships, storms, and perhaps the occasional distant horizon. But that surface is nothing more than a paper-thin veil stretched across the entrance to the greatest unexplored wilderness on Earth, the deep ocean. It is a kingdom untouched by sunlight for millions of years. A place where evolution has carved creatures into shapes not seen anywhere else in the universe. A realm of crushing pressure, eternal cold, and complete darkness, yet rich with life that defies every rule life is supposed to follow. And, like every frontier pushed beyond the light of human certainty, it is a world steeped in legends, some born from ancient sailors' fear, others from modern mysteries science still cannot fully explain. The deep ocean is where myth and evidence meet, twist together, and become inseparable. It is where gigantic shadows drift just beyond the beam of submersibles, where strange lights flicker in empty water, and where the Earth itself breathes heat and metal into the abyss through volcanic vents. It is a place that humbles the imagination and invites the question, what else lies down there, hidden beneath the crushing dark? This is the story of that realm, its secrets, its creatures, its whispered legends, and the truths we are only beginning to uncover. Imagine descending through the ocean. First, colors begin to vanish. Red disappears at around 30 meters. Orange follows. Yellow fades into blue until the world becomes a shifting navy twilight. Then, as you pass about 1,000 meters, even that dim glow dissolves. You have crossed the boundary into the midnight zone, the first true abyss. Here, sunlight never reaches. Not a single ray has touched these depths in the entire history of human civilization. Below you, there are still several thousand meters of water. To understand the enormity of the deep ocean, consider this. The average depth of the world's oceans is nearly 4 kilometers. Some trenches carve deeper scars into Earth's crust than the tallest mountains rise above it. The Mariana Trench descends almost 11 kilometers, a depth so extreme that if Mount Everest were placed inside it, its summit would still drown under 2 kilometers of water. Yet despite these crushing conditions, this world is not empty. It is alive, extravagantly, impossibly alive. This is one of the ocean's first great secrets. Darkness does not mean lifelessness. In fact, many scientists believe the deep sea contains more species than land, sky, and surface waters combined. Most have never been observed by human eyes. Some may never be. With no sunlight, the creatures of the deep ocean make their own. As you sink deeper, strange lights flicker in the water. Pulses of blue, glimmers of green, twinkling patterns that drift and vanish like marine constellations. More than 70% of deep-sea animals can create light through a process known as bioluminescence. Unlike the glowing algae near beaches or the flicker of fireflies, deep-sea bioluminescence takes on forms far stranger and sometimes far more terrifying. Some fish carry luminous bacteria in sacs under their eyes, turning their faces into ghostly lanterns. Others trail glowing mucus to distract predators. Certain jellyfish explode into a shimmering cloud of sparks when attacked. And then there is the anglerfish, whose eerie dangling lure has become a symbol of deep-sea horror. But even the anglerfish hides surprises. In some species, the glowing lure is not a weapon, but a lure shaped by ancient bacteria, creatures that have lived symbiotically with deep-sea fishes for millions of years. To the animals of the deep, light is language, it is hunting strategy, it is survival, it is seduction. Sometimes it is camouflage. Creatures project light downward to erase their own shadows, and sometimes it is simply a method of communication in the emptiness of the abyss. And perhaps most astonishing of all, we are still discovering new forms of bioluminescence that behave unlike anything known on land. Strange new chemical reactions, glowing organs shaped like lenses and mirrors, and mysterious flashes that appear without any visible source, all hint at life forms we have not yet witnessed, drifting somewhere beyond the reach of our cameras. One of the reasons the deep ocean remains so poorly understood is the crushing pressure. At depths where some animals live, the weight of the water above is equivalent to hundreds of fully loaded passenger jets resting on a single human body. Yet deep-sea creatures survive effortlessly. Their secret lies in chemistry: flexible proteins that resist pressure, membranes that remain fluid in extreme cold, and bodies without air pockets that could implode. Even more strangely, some organisms, particularly microbes around hydrothermal vents, use pressure as part of their metabolism. Remove them from the deep, and they die instantly. This is a world that does not simply endure its extreme conditions, it requires them. Which raises an intriguing question. How many other forms of pressure-dependent life exist that we have never encountered? We know almost nothing about the deepest trenches. Expeditions have recorded unidentified shapes moving in the dark, shadows too large or too strangely shaped to match any species currently known. Because the pressure destroys ordinary equipment, glimpses are all we have. The abyss keeps its secret sealed. For as long as humans have sailed, the deep ocean has been a place of monsters. And in many cases, the truth is stranger than the myth. The giant squid, once accused of sinking ships and dragging sailors into the deep, was long considered a legend. Today, we know it is very real. So real, in fact, that it has a cousin even larger. The elusive colossal squid, a creature with eyes the size of dinner plates and hooks on its tentacles. Hardly documented, seldom seen alive, this species may be the largest invertebrate on Earth. But even these do not represent the upper limit of deep-sea gigantism. In the deep, many species grow far larger than their surface-dwelling relatives. The reason is still debated. Cold temperatures slow metabolism. Low calories might favor larger bodies. The absence of predators might allow unusual growth. All of these factors, or none of them, might explain the massive scale of deep creatures. Consider the giant isopod, an armored, nightmarish cousin of the pillbug, but large enough to cover a dinner plate. Or the giant amphipod, transparent as glass, reaching sizes once thought impossible. Then there are the mysterious jellyfish, whose tentacles may stretch dozens of meters, unseen in the dark, except for the moon-like flashes of their bioluminescence. And beyond these confirmed giants lie whispers, shadows larger than submarines, faint sonar traces that move with the pattern of organic life, and stories exchanged quietly among deep-sea researchers who know that every expedition reveals something no one expects. In a realm this vast, the possibility of unknown giants remains not only open, but statistically probable. The deep ocean is not simply an empty desert. In many places, it is rich with astonishing structures, towering chimneys of black minerals around hydrothermal vents, sprawling coral gardens that glow purple and gold in the beam of remotely operated vehicles, and fields of shimmering microbial mats that ripple in the currents like ghostly grass. Hydrothermal vents, discovered only a few decades ago, remain one of the most shocking revelations in the history of science. Around these boiling springs, life thrives in total darkness, fed not by sunlight, but by chemical energy from Earth's interior. Giant tube worms, pale shrimp, heat-loving bacteria, and strange eyeless crabs live in these underwater oases. Some vents release methane, forming cold seeps where mussels and clams cluster in unexpected abundance. These ecosystems hint at something profound. Life does not need sunlight to begin. Some researchers believe Earth's first living organisms may have arisen in environments like these, deep beneath the waves. If life can form in such extremes here, it may exist beneath the frozen oceans of distant moons. The deep ocean, in other words, is not just Earth's largest habitat. It may be a window into life elsewhere in the universe. Despite its darkness, the deep ocean is not silent. Some of the strangest mysteries of the modern age come from microphones placed thousands of meters beneath the waves. Throughout the 20th and early 21st centuries, researchers recorded sounds that defied easy explanation. Long moans, echoing pulses, rhythmic knocks, massive low-frequency roars that suggested something enormous was moving through the water. Some were eventually linked to shifting ice or submarine geological activity. Others remain unidentified. One of the most famous strange sounds is known simply as the bloop, a powerful, resonant noise recorded thousands of kilometers apart, louder than any whale song, and seemingly biological in nature. Theories ranged from ancient leviathans to unknown megafauna lurking in the Hadal trenches. Eventually, some scientists proposed that the sound resembled the cracking of massive Antarctic ice shelves. But even then, the explanation remains debated. The original recording has characteristics not entirely consistent with ordinary ice. It remains, like many deep-sea mysteries, unresolved. Even today, hydrophones capture rumbling patterns that rise and fall like deep voices in the abyss. Whether they come from unknown species, geological events, or something else entirely, the truth remains hidden beneath kilometers of water. The ocean floor is not home only to natural wonders. It also holds the remains of human history. Entire shipwrecks rest in perfect preservation at great depths, untouched by currents, oxygen, or scavengers. Some lie so deep we have explored them only in fragments. Ancient vessels, downed aircraft, sunken cities now covered by sediment and coral. There are places where sonar has revealed structures that look eerily geometric. Lines, rectangles, formations that raise the question of whether early civilizations may have once occupied areas since swallowed by rising seas. Most likely, these are natural formations shaped by a volcanic rock and erosion. And yet, the possibility of undiscovered archaeological sites remains real. The ocean keeps secrets well. It erases, hides, transforms. It is entirely possible that beneath miles of water lie artifacts from cultures long forgotten, preserved in darkness. Every deep-sea expedition seems to uncover creatures that defy biology. Fish with transparent heads, enabling them to look upward through their own skulls. Jellyfish that can switch between life stages, essentially rendering themselves biologically immortal. Worms that thrive on nothing but bones, using acid to dissolve their meals. Creatures that emit sparks like underwater lightning, using specialized organs as complex as high-tech machines. Then there are the extremophiles, microbes that live in environments thought incompatible with life. Water superheated to hundreds of degrees, pools of pure brine where nothing should survive, and even highly toxic chemical fields. If these creatures were fictional, they would seem too implausible. But they are real, and they are only a fraction of what exists. One of the strangest discoveries is the zombie worm, a creature so alien that for decades no one could determine how it fed. It has no stomach, no mouth, and no digestive system. Yet it thrives on the bones of dead whales. Only recently did researchers uncover its secret. It consumes nutrients using symbiotic bacteria housed within its body. The worm and bacteria function as a single organism, one dissolving bone, the other processing nutrients. Such examples raise an unsettling question. How many more forms of life exist whose biology we do not yet comprehend? Some might be so unusual we would not recognize them as living entities at all. Every night, as darkness spreads across the surface of the Earth, billions of creatures rise from the deep and travel upward. This is the largest migration on the planet, dwarfing the movements of birds, caribou, or insects. Tiny zooplankton rise to feed under the cover of night. Larger predators follow. Lanternfish, bristlemouths, and squid move in swirling masses, creating a living river that spans the globe. When dawn approaches, they sink again, fleeing the returning light. What drives this cycle? Protection from predators? Temperature? Feeding patterns? The truth is complex, and in some ways still unknown, but the effect is undeniable. The deep ocean breathes. It pulses. It cycles life from its depths to its borders every single day. We often speak of space as the great unknown, but the deep sea is far more mysterious. More than 80% of the global ocean remains unmapped, unobserved, and unexplored. Entire biomes, vast regions larger than continents, have never been visited by a robot, much less a human being. We know more about the surface of the moon than we do about the sea floor. Within this unexplored darkness may lie ecosystems unlike anything we have imagined. Fossil forests trapped beneath sediment. New forms of life that evolved in isolation for millions of years. And perhaps answers to questions we have not yet learned to ask. There is something deeply human about our fascination with the deep ocean. It reflects our oldest fears and our newest curiosities. It is a place where myth still feels possible, where every shadow could hide something both beautiful and monstrous. When ancient sailors glimpsed bioluminescent waves or heard thunderous sounds rising from the deep, they filled the void with imagination. Sea serpents, leviathans, spirits of drowned worlds. Today we use science and robotics instead of superstition, but the core emotion remains: awe. For in the deep ocean, the line between knowledge and mystery has not vanished. It has simply sunk beneath the waves. For all our progress, the most profound questions remain unanswered. Are there giant species we have never seen, living at depths beyond our equipment's reach? Do vents and subterranean oceans contain forms of life unlike anything in sunlight? How many species exist that humans have never encountered? 10,000? A million? What are the unexplained lights that sometimes flash across the abyss, recorded but never traced to a source? Are there ecosystems based on chemistry so foreign we would not recognize them at first contact? And most hauntingly, will we ever truly understand the world beneath the surface? Every expedition reveals another mystery. Every discovery deepens the unknown. Imagine descending in a submersible into the deepest trench on Earth. As you sink, the light fades, then vanishes. Creatures drift by. Ghostly, luminescent shapes that flicker and dissolve into the black. You pass ancient cliffs, underwater avalanches frozen in time. The pressure increases until the vessel groans like an ancient ship. Then, in the distance, something moves. A faint shape, larger than seems possible. A shadow gliding silently through the water. Before your eyes can adjust, it fades into the blackness. Was it real? A trick of the light? Something living? Or something imagined? In the deep ocean, such questions have no easy answers. That, perhaps, is the ocean's greatest secret. It reminds us that the world is still wild, still mysterious, still filled with wonders and dangers we have barely begun to understand. It is a frontier not yet conquered, a final wilderness that belongs not to humans, but to itself. As long as people gaze out at the sea, wonder will tug at them. What lies beneath? What swims where no sunlight has ever shined? What creatures have evolved in total isolation? What mountains rise unseen? What abysses yawn beneath the knowledge of humankind? The deep ocean does not answer. It only whispers. It hides. It reveals just enough to spark the imagination, then cloaks the rest in darkness. And that is why we are drawn to it, why explorers sink into its depths, why researchers dedicate their lives to it, why stories of sea monsters and underwater civilizations persist through generations. Because in the deep ocean, the unknown is alive. It waits in the darkness. It pulses with light. It breathes, shifts, and evolves in a realm untouched by time. It is the last great mystery on our planet, and perhaps the most important one we have left.